All right, hi everyone. I think I know most of you, but for those of you that I don't know, my name is Erica. I think Lily, hi, I don't know if I've met you before. Nice to meet you, sweetheart. And I know everyone else. So hello. Today is going to be really special and fun because we are on Facebook Live. So later you'll see this video on Facebook, which is kind of cool. And if you guys are watching on Facebook, hello, my name is Erica. And I'm working with KTMA Art. And today I'm going to teach you how to draw Mike and Sully from Monsters, Inc. Can you guys raise your hand if you've seen Monsters, Inc. before? Or Monsters University? Awesome, cool. Oh, there you are, PJ. Hi, guys. Let me just make sure everyone's here one more time. Brylan, Eleanor, Haley, Lily, PJ, Emily, Jake, Ethan, awesome. All right, so hopefully you guys are ready to get started. We still have another minute, but everyone's in, so we're gonna start. Gonna move you a little bit closer. Is everyone ready with their paper and pencil? Awesome. So just a reminder, guys, please try to keep your mics on mute. Of course, if you have anything to say, you could unmute yourself, okay? Just because sometimes there's some loud noises in the background. Sounds good? Awesome. All right, so let's get our paper started. There's two ways to hold your paper, right? Especially if you're watching this on Facebook Live, there's two ways. You can hold it this way or this way. And there's different names for this way and this way. What is it called when you hold your paper side to side like this? Ethan, what is that called?
Landscape.
Landscape, good. That's one word. What's another word? Haley.
Oh, never mind. I forgot those.
The big word, right?
Yeah.
Anyone else know? Lily?
Second point.
Dang it, I missed it. Well, my highest is 67.
Horizontal.
Excellent. Horizontal is a big word, right? Thank you. And what's it called when it goes this way, up and down? Haley?
Vertical.
Vertical, good. Or portrait, right? So when you're drawing a portrait, you draw it this way. Landscape is this way. So because we're drawing two characters today, Mike and Sully, I put mine horizontal. So it's up to you. You can draw one on the front and one on the back. You can draw on two different pieces of paper, but to save paper, I drew them both next to each other because they're buddies, right? We want them next to each other. So I have my paper going side to side, which is horizontal. So hopefully you guys have that too, okay?
Alan's pizza.
All right, so I'm going to start by drawing this big blue guy. What's his name?
Sully.
Sully, let's draw Sully together. And imagine if Sully was right in front of you and you had to touch his fur. What would it feel like? What's the texture? Emily.
I forgot.
Well, if you had to touch him, kind of like a bunny, right? Or like a stuffed animal, what would he feel like? Haley, what do you think?
Cotton, a soft cotton.
Yeah, like soft and fluffy, right? So when we're drawing him today, we're gonna keep that in mind. We might add some lines to make it look like there's some texture in him to show that he is soft and fluffy. All right, so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna start by drawing Sully, and then after I will draw Mike on this side, okay? So make sure you are on the left side of your paper and you have plenty of room to draw Mike and Sully. Thumbs up if you're ready. I should see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 thumbs. Awesome. All right.
Oh, that's what it is.
First thing we're gonna do is we are gonna draw Sully's face. So we're gonna start by drawing the curved line over here. So we're gonna start by drawing a curved line like this.
Thoughts?
Gonna be the side of his face.
Okay.
And then, like I said, we're gonna make it look like there's a little texture, kind of like some fur, right? So to make it look like fur, I'm gonna add a little zigzag like this.
Mozzarella.
See how I did a little tiny zigzag? It's so small, but it just makes it look like he's fluffy. That makes sense, everyone? Awesome. Cool. All right, let's continue. his chin by just drawing a straight line down like this. So this is the side of his head, and this is going to be the side of his face, and we'll draw the rest of his chin after. All right, we don't want to finish his chin yet because we want to make sure we have room for his eyes and nose and his mouth. So first, let's start with his nose. What kind of shape would you say that Sully's nose is? Kind of a weird shape, right? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Jake, what do you think?
Cheese, just put it all over the place.
Like an oval kind of shape?
Yeah, maybe like sort of an oval on top. Anyone else have any other ideas? I see someone in Lily's screen raising their hand.
And then after this, you have
Kind of like a circle. I would say it's sort of pointy on top and sort of pointy on the sides. Emily, what shape were you going to say?
triangle.
Kind of like a triangle, right? You guys were all right because it's a triangle that's like round on the sides. So first we're going to start kind of by this curve that we made, and we're going to draw an upside down, kind of like an upside down U, like this. That's going to be the top of his nose.
Bacon, ham, and anchovies.
And then we're going to connect here to here by drawing a curved line. So it's kind of a combination of an oval, a circle, a triangle, all in one. You're right about that. He's missing something on his nose. What's he missing, Ethan?
His nostrils?
His nostrils, yeah. So let's just draw two small circles at the bottom of his nose, kind of like two sort of half circles. Can everyone see that okay?
A little bit cheese on it.
I'll move you a little closer. Is that a little better, Jake?
Pepperoni all over, so whoever's eating it, they're not pepperoni.
All right, cool. So now we're gonna draw two eyes. So let's draw two circles. One eye looks like it's sort of on top of his nose here, because we're looking at like the side of his face, right? And then we're gonna draw another eye next to it here.
You're able to use a finger a little bit a lot.
And leave a little space, okay?
Probably been done by now.
Awesome. One more small thing from his nose, in between his eye, there's a little line. It's called the bridge of your nose. So from here, we're gonna draw a line that looks like it sort of goes in between his eyes. So I'm gonna start at the top of the nose, and I'm just going to draw a curved line in between his eyes like that. Okay, let me know if anyone has questions so far. Awesome. What do we have to draw inside of Mike's eyes? What is that called? Eleanor, what is that called? Inside of his eyes.
Pupil.
Yeah, it's called the pupil. Awesome. So we're gonna draw two circles inside. 1, 2, and the pupil is black, but I left a little tiny white spot. What is that little small white spot? And you can see it better here. What's that little white spot called? Bailey, what is that called, that little white spot?
Well, it's actually, I don't remember.
Do you know what it's for?
Yeah.
It kind of makes the eye look shiny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a highlight or a glare. So inside, if you have any room, instead of coloring in the whole pupil, you can color in most of it, but you can leave a little tiny space. I know that's so small, but try your best to leave a little tiny space for the highlight.
3 cats and 1 dog.
Thumbs up if everyone is okay so far. I should see 7 thumbs.
They can carry coronavirus.
Awesome.
Carry it.
All right, guys. He has these sharp teeth, right? These almost like zigzag teeth. So we're gonna work on his smile next. So sort of next to his eye, I'm just going to draw a little curved line for his smile line.
calmly. You want to do onion, green pepper, red pepper, mushroom, or olives or tomato.
And then I'm gonna draw a curved line for a smile, like this. It's not super curved, it's a little more straight. And now his mouth is open. We can see all his teeth. So we have to draw another line. And this one starts narrow and it gets wider as it gets down here. So I'm gonna start over here and I'm gonna draw a curved line like that. Okay. Awesome. Now let's just close it by just drawing a curved line like that.
That would have been sad.
And then what is this sort of line called?
Hey, Grandma. Haley, are you on mute? Are you on mute?
No.
Emily, what is that called?
Zigzag.
Yeah, let's draw a zigzag. So let's start from here and we're just gonna try to draw these sort of V shapes that go up and down across inside of his mouth to make it look like teeth. Awesome. Most of the time on these sort of characters, the most detailed part is the face. So after we do the face and head, the rest is pretty simple. All right, cool. So let's draw those big bushy eyebrows that he has. His eyebrows are kind of just like rectangles. So right on top of his eyes, I'm going to draw a diagonal line going down this way. Sort of straight. And I'm just gonna turn that into like a box, into a rectangle. So right now it's just a line, right? So I'm going to draw one line up here, one line up like that, and then connect it. Does anyone need me to do that again? Easy peasy, right? Awesome. So it's one eyebrow, and it's kind of sort of curved down a little bit here. This one's going to curve down this way. So let's draw another eyebrow. We're gonna draw the same exact thing, but now it's gonna point a little bit more this way. So let me draw, it's gonna connect to this one, and I'm gonna draw a diagonal line going down like that. And I'm gonna turn that into a rectangle. So I'll draw two lines going up here and here. And then I will connect it. How's everyone doing so far? Good? Awesome. I love seeing those thumbs up and those smiles. Awesome. Great job, guys. Okay. Let's draw his chin. So we drew the side of his face, but we didn't finish drawing his chin. So underneath his mouth, I think I'm gonna make my line just a little bit longer. And then I'm going to curve it underneath his smile. So I'm gonna just make this a little longer and I'm just going to curve it like that. So if you didn't have a lot of space, you can just make your line a little bit longer and just curve it underneath for his chin. And then we're gonna just add a little line here that sort of looks like his neck. So it's kind of a diagonal line underneath his chin. Awesome. Then you do sort of see like the side of his face here. So it doesn't look like his head sort of blends right into his body. So let's just draw sort of like an L on this side of his smile. So on this side, I'm gonna draw this sort of like curvy L shape like that. We're missing one more thing on his head. And both Mike and Sully have this thing, or these things, on top of their head. What are we missing?
Horns.
Yeah, horns, right? Let's draw those horns.
I had ordered the
So one horn is on one side of the eyebrow, and one horn is on the other side of the eyebrow. So let's draw a curved line So above his eyebrow, I'm just going to draw a little curve like that. That's sort of the inside of his eyebrow. And then I'm gonna draw sort of like a big backward C. So from here, I'm gonna just draw a bigger version of that shape I just did. So I drew a little tiny curve here, and then I drew a big one over here. Awesome. All right, cool. Let's draw another one on this side, on the other side of his eyebrow. So this one you didn't really see the full thing, right? Because it's kind of like behind his head. This one you do see the full horn. So we're gonna draw a C. It was a backward C here. We're gonna draw a C on this side. And it doesn't touch his eyebrow. There's a little bit of a space. Okay. Now I'm gonna draw a big curve from here, curve it around like that. And then I can close the horn with a little curved line. Awesome. He has some lines in his horns. So you can add maybe 2 or 3 lines in each of the horns. Like 1, 2, 1, 2. I think I could fit 3 here. And then you guys should have a gap in between his horn and his eyebrow. So let's just make it super simple. And we're just going to connect these by just drawing a line here. All right, can everyone hold up their picture so far so I can see? Because that's probably the hardest part, the head. Awesome, they look great. Anyone have any questions or need any help with anything? Awesome, Lily. Oh, I like those eyes. You guys are good? Cool. All right, awesome. Let's finish drawing the rest of his body. So from here, right, it looks like his head kind of goes behind the horn, and I'm going to draw kind of like his neck, and it's going to lead into his arm. So I'm going to draw a curved line like this. And I'll show you that here. So that's kind of like his arm, or the back of his neck that leads to his arm right here. Now I'm going to draw the inside of his arm by drawing it's sort of like an S. So I'll draw this nice and slow. I'm gonna go down here a little bit, and I'm going to make a curve like that. That's sort of like his forearm, so it's like this part of your arm. And then it's gonna curve out. So first it curved in like this, now it's gonna curve out. And the top of his arm is sort of where like the top of his head would be. Sometimes drawing hands are tricky. Does anyone have any problems drawing hands sometimes? Because I know I do. Even if they're cartoon hands. Yeah, sometimes, right? So luckily he only has 4 fingers, and they're kind of just like very boxy. And then we're gonna draw his claws. So first let's draw his thumb, and we're gonna make it so easy by just drawing kind of like an oval. So it's sort of like this big curved line from here. I'm just going to draw a curved line like that for his thumb. You can get away with just making it look like shapes when you're drawing these sort of like cartoon characters, right? They're not super realistic.
Miss Erica?
Yeah, Jake.
I don't really have enough space because Sully is kind of squished in the corner.
So you don't have room for his arm?
I do have a little bit of room.
Okay, I was gonna say maybe instead of making his arm long, you could just make it a little shorter then. Just fit it how you can, okay?
I fit it like this.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. Does everyone else have enough space? Awesome. Yeah, so like I said, it's a big character, right? But luckily, Mike is really small. So hopefully we have some room for our big Sully and our small Mike. That's a good question, Jake. Thank you. All right, now we're just going to draw 3 more sort of curved lines like this for the rest of his fingers. So we're going to draw one like this. And I'm going to draw 2 more. 2. And then 3. And then just stop right there, because then we have to draw the back of his hand. Awesome. All right. Let's draw the rest of his hand from here, and I'm just going to draw this sort of like curvy line, and it stops over here. And that's his elbow, right? Kind of where his funny bone would be. So I'm going to draw a curved line in like this. And then I'm going to draw a big curve down here. So I'm going to go like this, whoop, just like that. Awesome. Okay, what are we missing? Show me. PJ, what are we missing?
Claws, but I already did them.
You already did them. Who else already did them? Riley and Eleanor already did them. Let me see, PJ.
She isn't.
Awesome. All right, let's draw claws. They're so simple, right? What kind of shape can we draw for the claws? Or what letter? Kind of like a V, right? Or a triangle. So let's just draw 1, 2, 3, 4 claws. Awesome. All right. Let's finish his arm down here. Is everyone good? Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Awesome. All right, let's continue. So we're going to draw the rest of his arm. Let's just draw a straight line up like this. Hopefully you guys have enough room down here. His belly is kind of short and then his legs are super short. So you guys should have plenty of room to do that. Okay, awesome. So let's draw the side of his body. So I'm going to just move over a little bit. It's not going to be all the way over here. It's going to be a little bit over. And I'm just going to draw a curved line to look like the side of his body. And it's just going to curve down a little bit towards the bottom. Okay, awesome. Now we're going to draw the other side of his body. So we are going to leave a little space here because we have to fit his arm. So kind of underneath his head a little bit, we're going to just draw a curved line like this. He's sort of got a big fluffy belly, right?
Miss Erica.
Hi, Jake.
Mine looks like a werewolf.
A werewolf? Let me see your werewolf. He looks so cool. What makes you think he looks like a werewolf? Maybe his horns or his teeth?
His face.
His face? Does anyone else think theirs looks like a werewolf? You know what, Jake? When I first started drawing, I was like, this looks a little silly. But after I added color and put on the spots, it looked just like him. So it'll come together. Don't worry. All right, awesome. Now that we have the side of his belly, we can draw his arm. So from kind of like where his mouth is over here, it looks like his arm is sort of coming from the side, right? So I'm just going to draw a curved line down like this towards the side of his belly, and it's gonna stop sort of at the bottom of that curve I just did. I made him have a really big belly. I'm gonna make his belly a little bit smaller.
Mine looks like a grandpa belly.
A grandpa belly? What do you mean by that? Just like a big belly?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. He looks very fluffy. I mean, I would want to touch his belly and his soft fur. All right. See?
I would like to sleep on him.
Maybe take a nice nap on him. Yeah, imagine if you had like a big teddy bear and you just took a nap. That would be the best nap ever. So we're gonna draw his hands. So here it looks like he's waving, right? You can see all 4 of his fingers. Here, you can only see 2 of his fingers. Why? How come I can only see 2 of his fingers? That's weird. Does he only have 2 fingers on that hand? Hey, Lily, why do I only see 2 fingers? That's weird.
Because it's the side of his hand.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you guys try it right now, and you just put like your hand sort of on the side, it looks like I can only see 2 fingers, right? I see the thumb and I see sort of my pointer finger. It might be a weird angle, but you're right. So I only see those 2 fingers. So from here, I'm going to continue and draw a curved line, just like I did for this finger up here. I'm gonna curve up like that. That's gonna be his pointer finger, how you can only see the front. And now I can see his thumb, and this one's going to be shorter. So let me draw another one. And you might have some space in between the thumb and the body, so you can just draw a little line and connect it like that. And you guys already know he needs his, what? What else does he need? PJ, what does he need on his fingers? What, PJ? What does he need?
Claws, and I did the claws already again.
That's why I asked you, because I thought you did. That's so funny. Let's draw claws. Let's draw 2 V's here and here. Awesome. Okay, cool. And I promise this will it'll come together when we add the spots and everything. All right, so let's draw his legs. His legs are simple, and his toes look a little crazy though. So we're gonna draw his legs with those really crazy sharp toes. I wonder if he wears socks. Do you think he wears socks? I think he would put holes right through those socks, right? Imagine if he wore gloves, he would put fingers right through those gloves. He's got some pointy toes, so let's do those pointy toes. All right, let's first start to draw the legs. So there should be a gap here, right? Because we have to put his legs. So on this side, we are going to draw sort of like a sideways V. So I'm going to draw a line like this, a diagonal line out like that, and a shorter one going in. And because they are the same on both sides, I'm gonna do the same thing, okay? So I think I'm gonna do this step and then this step and then go back and forth because it's the same thing on both sides. So now on this side, I'm going to go out and I'm gonna go back in. So this is a long line and a kind of short line. Yes, Jake?
Can you show the picture again?
Sure I can. What are you looking at? His feet?
Uh-huh.
All right, now we can draw the inside of his leg. So first, we're just going to we're gonna pretend like his belly kind of continues, but we're gonna leave a little space. So let's just draw a curved line here. And then let's continue his legs. So this sort of like,
Mine looks like he's hopping like this.
Why do you think it looks like he's hopping?
Cause I did his leg, but the short diagonal line kind of looks like he's hopping.
Maybe it looks like his knees are kind of bent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's the point. It looks like they're bent, so he's sort of hopping around. All right, so let's draw the same sort of line that we did here, but it's going to be inside. So I'm going to draw sort of this curved line here. So from here, I'm going to draw sort of that like V again. And then this one's going to point this way. Awesome. Let's draw his feet. All right, so we are going to draw the same thing on this side and on this side. So first, we are going to draw a curved line here for like the top of his toe. And then the same thing on this side. That's like the top of his foot. Okay. Now to make this really simple, instead of drawing each toe and all the claws, I'm gonna show you like a little trick. It's a little shortcut. So I'm going to draw, it's called a bumpy line. It looks like this, kind of like bumps. So I'm going to draw a small bumpy line with 3 bumps to look like the top of his claws. 1, 2, 3. It looks a little silly right now, but what I just did is I made those little bumps, and on top of those bumps, that's where claws are going to go. Does that make sense, everyone? Awesome. Okay, cool. Now I drew the 3 bumps here. I'm going to draw the 3 bumps on the other side. So 1, 2, 3. Now from here to here, I can just draw a curved line, and it's going to look like the bottom of his foot. If you need to make these lines a little bit longer, like if your claws came out really far, you can make the legs a little bit longer. And then you're just going to connect this with a curved line like that. And right now they kind of look like, I don't know, maybe like lizard feet until we add the claws. And from here to here, curved line. And it would look so, so weird if we just left it like that. So we have to make sure we add the claws. Did anyone already do that? PJ, did you already add those claws? Yeah. Awesome.
And
So
I did the line in the middle.
You did? You did the belly already?
Did it?
Oh, the toes. I see. I gotcha. So let's draw the claws. So we're just going to draw more V's. 1, 2, and 3. Same thing on the other side. So each of these bumps is a different claw. 1, 2, 3. And then, like PJ said, we have to add some little lines for those toes, right? So in each of these little bumps, like where I drew those bumps here, I could just draw just little lines like this. They're kind of like curved lines in between to look like toes. So just little curves inside of here, in between all of those bumps, sort of like that. Now he looks really, really plain, a little boring, right? He needs a bunch of spots. And that's the fun part. He actually doesn't have any spots on his belly. So to separate his belly from the rest of his body, we are going to draw a curved line around here to look like his belly. And then I'm going to give you guys a minute to add some spots. So from this kind of line that I did down here, I'm just going to continue it, and I'm going to curve around and curve back down over here. So I'm going to continue this curve and go around like this. Made that a little too big. And you're just kind of making a curved line to make it look like his belly. And then because we know he's fuzzy, what did I add right here to show that he's fuzzy? Haley.
A zigzag kind of.
Yeah, a zigzag. Awesome. It almost looks like a lightning bolt, right?
Yeah.
So we're just going to draw a little zigzag like this, just to make it look like he has some fur. Okay. All right, now I'm going to give you guys a few minutes, maybe a minute or two, if you want to add some spots. Oh my goodness, what did we forget? Can anyone see it? PJ already did it. Lily, I forgot. What did I forget?
The tail.
The tail. Did anyone else forget the tail? Yeah, sometimes I forget silly things like the eyebrows or the tail. Let's draw the tail. It's so easy, and then you guys could do the spots, okay? And then we'll take a quick minute, and then we'll work on Mike. All right, so easy, guys. Let's just draw a curved line that goes up like that. And then another one that connects down by his foot. And then he has some spikes, so I can just draw 1, 2, 3 sort of V's like that. All right, awesome. So when you're drawing the spots, they are all over. They're not on his belly, but they're on his arms, on his hands, on his tail. So you could draw some big spots, some little spots, ones that look like they're half circles, so they look like they're kind of on the side, right? So I'm gonna draw a few spots. If anyone wants to unmute and tell us about their drawing so far, go right ahead, because I would love to hear about them. We haven't really shared since the beginning. PJ, did you already draw Mike too? I'm just kidding. Not yet. Jake, how's your puppy doing?
Good.
My puppy was barking before.
He was.
Is she, your puppy was barking too?
She was barking.
Yeah. Does anyone need help with spots? They're kind of random circles all over, but it looks really cool instead of just drawing a bunch of circles that are all the same size right on top of each other. It looks cool if you draw some that are like half circles, some that are big, some that are small, some on the feet. Yeah?
I'm already done with my claws. I mean, the dots.
The dots, awesome. Let's take really quick second, hold up our drawing so far, and then we're gonna work on Mike together. Let's see them. Awesome. Oh, wow. These look great. So I see some of you guys, and if you're watching at home, this is a trick that we do. Not really a trick, but you can draw with a pencil and then you trace with a marker or a Sharpie. What does that do, guys? Why do we sometimes trace it with a marker or a Sharpie or a black pencil? Why do you think we do that? Let's say if I just use my pencil and I colored all over it, you can't really see the pencil anymore, right? So I saw some of you guys already started tracing. So if you're watching at home, you can use a marker or even a colored pencil, or you can even just use your pencil and make it a little darker. I see that Lily has one. Awesome. So if you guys want to start tracing, you can. I'm going to give you another minute to catch up, and then we're going to work on Mike together. Hopefully you guys have a little bit of room here. And Mike is so easy, kind of just like a circle. I see Haley's working in a sketchbook.
Miss Erica,
Yes, Jake.
Mike is just like a circle with a circle eye, a pupil, his arms, his legs, then he's done.
So easy, right? So simple. Yeah, he has a circle and then another circle and then another circle because he has his eye, and then he has the iris, and he has the pupil. A lot of circles. And they're pretty easy to color. Mike is really, I mean, Sully's really only two colors, like blue and purple. All right, guys, you will have plenty of time after we say goodbye to finish tracing and coloring. I just want to make sure we have enough time for Mike. Is that okay, everyone? Awesome. Did anyone start drawing Mike already? You did? Oh my goodness. Haley, you did?
No.
No. Jake, did you? You're just being silly.
Thumbs down.
All right, let's get started, guys. So I just want to know who is going to draw on the same paper.
Yeah?
Awesome. So hopefully you have some room. You really don't need a lot of room because he's so small, right? So let's start by drawing his body. We're just going to draw a circle as best as we can. Not all the way on the bottom because we need room for his legs, but sort of where like the top of his belly is. See, sort of over here. I'm going to just draw a circle.
Fry burgers. Put fries in the burger.
Try your best.
Whatever you want.
Sometimes you can even find something to trace, like the bottom of a can or something, but let's try our best making a circle, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. Haley, you have a question?
I used the bottom of my cup.
That's a great idea. Did anyone else trace anything? That's a really good idea. Sometimes I like to find different things. Like even if I wanted to make the eye, I could trace like the top of a water bottle cap or a glue stick or something like that. It's a great idea. Oh, there you go. You have one.
That's good. If nothing else,
Awesome.
get some more experience.
All right, inside we are going to draw 1, 2, 3 circles. So we are going to draw a big circle inside towards the top. It's not right in the middle for his eye.
And there's no place for the water. You can't even see. You know,
So towards the top, make sure you leave enough room for his mouth.
there's no place to.
Well, text my sister and see how they do it, unless you have to call.
Okay. What is the colored part of your eye called? It has a name. Not the black part, the colored part. Riley, what is that called?
Iris.
Excellent. It's called the iris, and the iris can be a different color, right? Some people have brown eyes or blue eyes or green eyes. Mike has a bright green eye. So next we're going to draw a smaller circle inside for the iris. And it's right in the middle. It almost looks like a Pokeball right now. There's another circle inside of that circle called the what? All the way inside. Haley, what is that called? Haley, were you raising your hand? What's the black part of your eye called?
Well, I didn't even like.
The pupil. Awesome. Good job. So let's draw another circle inside. A lot of circles. Whew. Going crazy with circles. So this would be cool if you had like a glue stick cap and like a water bottle cap and things you could trace, but right now I'm just trying my best to make circles. One more small circle inside. A white circle, what is that for? Or what is it called? That white circle all the way on the inside. Ethan.
The highlight or the glare?
Yes, good job. It's called the highlight or the glare, just like when you guys are wearing glasses, right? There's like a little bit of a shine. So I'm going to draw a little circle towards the top now, like that. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Now, if you're coloring now, you can fill in the pupil black, or you could just use your pencil to shade it and then color it in later. Yeah, Jake?
Can you do the thing that I just did?
Sure. How many circles do you have so far, Jake?
I have 4.
4, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are going to draw one more tiny circle towards the top of this little circle like this. Little tiny circle. See how small? And then you are going to color that in. That highlight is so small, especially because we have so many circles. Awesome. All right. What is this little line for? Why is there like a little line on top of his eye like that? Lily, what is that?
That's an eyelid.
Yeah, it's his eyelid, right? Because of course he has one eyelid. He's got to close his eyes sometimes. So he has just a little curve towards the top of that circle for his eyelid. Awesome. My circle's getting a little ovally. Perfect. All right, does everyone have an eraser? Awesome. Because we're going to have to erase one small thing. Sometimes when things overlap, you need to erase what's behind it, right? So we did draw his big circle body, which is great. He has a little bit, it's almost like an eyebrow maybe, right? On top of his eye. So it's another curve here. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. I'm going to just draw a curved line on top of his eye. It's going to start down here and it's going to go up and it's going to curve back down. That's just kind of like his eyebrow. And then I need to erase the part for his head. So now it's still like a perfect circle body, and I just added like a little eyebrow there. One eyebrow, because he only has one eye. Weird. Kind of like Minions, right? Some Minions only have one eye. Mike is missing something on top of his head. PJ, what were you gonna say?
The horns, and I already did them.
Anyone else already do those horns? They're easy, right? I guess that's why we already did them. So instead of making them just triangles, I want to make them look a little curved. So if you already did it, that's totally fine, but I'm going to draw a sort of curved line on the side of his eyebrow, sort of like I did here. And another one curving this way. And that's going to be his, the inside of his horn. Then I could draw another curve going out like that. And the other side of this going out like that. Everyone good so far? Awesome. Cool. All right. Should we give him a mouth? Probably, right? I think so. So his mouth looks actually just like Sully's. He's got those like zigzag chompers there. So we are going to draw his little smile lines, and we're going to draw a big smile in here with that zigzag line. So let's just draw 2 curved lines like this for those little smile lines on the side. Then we're gonna draw from the middle of this little curve to this little curve, big curved line. There's a lot of curves and circles in Mike. And let's draw a bigger one. So it's narrow up here and it gets wider and it gets narrow again. And then if you guys could fit it just like you did for Sully, you're just going to try to squeeze in a zigzag line to look like some teeth. Awesome. Now he just looks like a floating ball. So he needs some things. He needs 2 arms and he needs 2 legs. His legs are actually, his feet kind of look just like Sully's. So it's kind of like smaller versions of that, right? His legs are long and skinny, but his feet look exactly the same. So let's draw his legs first and then we'll draw his arms. Hopefully you guys have some space to put his arms. So just like we did before, it's the same exact steps. Underneath his body, I'm going to draw a shorter line here. It's going to go diagonal that way, and a longer one that's going to go this way, because he has these like long, skinny legs, right? And the same thing on the other side. So it's going to go this way and in like that. So it kind of looks like his knees, right? Like his legs are bent. And I could draw the same line on the other side. This line's going to be a little bit shorter though, so I can leave room for his feet. So I'm going to draw a diagonal line like this. And then another one down here. But like I said, it's shorter because I need to put his foot here, okay? So don't continue that line all the way down. Same thing on this side, short line and a longer line that sort of stops so I can fit his foot. Who thinks they already know how to draw the feet? Awesome. If you want to try, go for it. But I'm going to show you guys one more time. So I'm going to draw the top of his foot by drawing a upside down V. It's going to go a diagonal line up like this and down like this.
Miss Erica?
Yeah, Jake?
Can you hold the picture you're doing up because I can't see it?
This one?
Uh-huh.
I'll get really close. Is that better?
Uh-huh.
Awesome. Then another one on this side, go up and down. And remember that like sort of shortcut for the claws, we are going to draw, but they're really, really small. These little bumpy lines that we did before, like this, right? But they're really, really small because he's got tiny feet. So I'm going to draw 3 little small bumps. 1, 2, 3. Don't make them too big. And then these go in this way. 1, 2, 3. Really, really small. I think I'm going to make this foot a little bit longer. And then I can connect here to his foot by drawing a straight line like this. And then from here to his toes by drawing a straight line like that. This foot looks bigger than this foot, so I think I'm gonna fix that. Sometimes you have to look at things from far away to see if they look a little wonky. And those feet still look like, kind of like lizard feet or some sort of aquatic animal. So let's add those little claws. PJ probably already did it. Yeah. So let's just draw 3 little V's. They're gonna be so small, okay? Because he's got these little claws, little feet. And then you can just draw 2 little lines in here for toes. Awesome. Haley?
When we did the teeth, I put braces on Mike because in the first movie, I saw him in braces.
That is so funny. You're right about that. He was, I guess, in college, right? In Monsters University, he had braces.
Yeah.
Can I see the braces on those teeth? That sounds so funny. Oh, that's so cute. That's a great idea. I love that. Yeah, so you can make it look like, I think they wear hats, right? In Monsters University too, if you want to add a hat on. That's really cool. Thank you for sharing. Awesome, Lily. Oh, that's so cute. That's a great idea. All right, guys, we should have room for 2 arms. If you want to make one waving and one down like I did here, hopefully you guys have a little bit of space, and then we could fit a waving arm up here. All right, let's draw sort of like an upside down L, like this. It goes diagonal down like this, and a straight line down like that. Awesome. All right, we're gonna draw a smaller one inside for the inside of his arm. He's got skinny arms and skinny legs, right?
He's all skinny.
He's very skinny. He's got this like big round body, but these skinny arms and skinny legs. Okay, now what is his hand doing here? Show me. I see PJ's doing it. He's like making a fist, right? So we're going to draw sort of like a fist with his thumb, and then his fingers are kind of curled under to make it look like knuckles. So I'm going to show you an easy way to do that. First, let's draw his wrist. So I'm going to draw the side of his hand by just drawing a curved line like this, with just 3 little bumps for his fingers. 1, 2, 3. And then we're just going to draw a small curved line for his thumb. Okay. Awesome. One more hand. You guys did so much drawing in just 1 short hour, and we're almost done. I can't wait to see them when they're all finished and colored with his spots and his eye. Let's draw his other arm that's going to go up this way. So I'm going to draw an kind of like a backwards L again. It's not straight up, it's sort of like diagonal up, right? And let's draw another one underneath. And then we're gonna draw his hand.
So we can talk together.
So first, let's draw 3 fingers that sort of go, let's draw the pinky first. Let's draw a diagonal line that goes out a little bit to look like his hand is sort of separated from his arm. And we're gonna draw 3 little bumps for his fingers. Most characters only have 4 fingers.
You ready?
And I say this all the time, but I think it's so funny. But Mario, everyone knows who Mario is? Super Mario Brothers. He has 5 fingers. But most cartoons only have 4. So I thought that was really weird. Awesome. Let's draw his thumb. So this is going to be a short line like this. And then you could just draw a little curve connecting it for his, kind of like his palm. And then, PJ, what does he need? Because I'm sure you already did it.
I forgot to do it this time.
You forgot? Well, good thing we're doing it together then. Let's draw. He doesn't have claws on this hand, though, because he's in a fist. But he does have 1, 2, 3, 4 small claws on that one. Let's draw. He doesn't have claws on this hand, though, because he's in a fist. But he does. Awesome. And that is Mike and Sully. How did they come out, everyone? Good? Awesome. I see you guys are concentrating very hard, but can we take a quick break and hold them up so we can all see them? Oh my gosh, look at them. Jake, can we see yours too? And don't put them down yet, okay? Awesome. Haley, can we see yours for a quick second?
Yeah.
Thank you. I just want to take a quick picture, okay? All right, everyone holds up their pictures, and I'm going to unmute you all. Actually, can I?
Why? It's not like.
All right, and we're going to say Monsters Inc. on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Monsters Inc.
Monster Inc.
Awesome. They look so great. Haley, you have a question?
Yeah. So on mine, I drew Monsters Inc. When in the second movie, no, it was in the first movie when Sully had braces. Sully had braces, and him and Mike were walking crossing the street. So I drawed little shops behind them because they were walking behind the shops and going across the street.
That's a great idea. Could you hold that up so we can all see that? Awesome. I love sometimes adding backgrounds into my drawings. So even if it's something so simple, like if I add just a street that they're standing on, just something so it doesn't look like they're floating. So it's a great idea. Does anyone else want to share their work before we have to go? PJ? And then we're going to sign off. Awesome. I love it. PJ, you did such a great job. Which one did you like better? Did you like drawing Mike or Sully better?
Mike, because he's my favorite character.
He's your favorite, and he was super easy to draw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Bless you.
And my dad drawn Mike Wowski.
Oh, you sure?
Your dad drew too?
Yeah. How do you spell?
Oh, wait, I think it's frozen. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Oh, Jake, you're up next. Jake, you want to show yours? Awesome. I don't know if you're muted, Jake, if you want to unmute. That's so great. Which one did you like drawing better, Mike or Sully?
Sully.
You like drawing Sully? He's so fluffy, right? I can't wait to see him colored. Ethan, can we see yours too? Awesome. And I see those spots you drew. You made Sully look very fluffy. Which one did you like drawing? Or both of them? Awesome. So you're going to trace it and color it, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I gotta go. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Riley and Eleanor, are you girls both there?
Bye.
Have you unmute? You're unmuted. How do you-
Bye, guys. If you have to go, you can. I'm just letting everyone have a second to share their work. Don't forget to upload it to Art Sonia, okay? All right, let's let Riley and Eleanor go. And then, let's see.
I could do this.
Oh, and you colored it already. Awesome. Oh, and you wrote boo. How cute. Awesome, guys. Thank you.
I couldn't.
I was thinking about it. If you want to add like a door in the background, right? Like maybe Boo's door with the pretty flowers, that would be really cool. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you for watching on Facebook Live. And don't forget to upload your work to Art Sonia, okay? And I'll see you guys next time. All right. Bye, everyone.
Good night.